GERENetwork.com.
This is a GERE Network production.
Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is sponsored by our store through Amazon. If you visit shopgear.com, please remember to do that, because when you do, you provide gasoline to the engine known as GERE Radio Network, and that helps this podcast continue. It is the best way to shop for yourself, and is the best way to support this podcast. Now, on with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, GERE Network presents the Football Talk Weekly Podcast with John Cimino and Brandon Gorell. And now, here's John.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Football Talk Weekly Podcast, Season 3. Here we be, Brandon. Here we be.
Here I be.
Jamming over there.
Oh.
Playing your, what are you playing? Candy Crush? Or is that Family Guy?
A Family Guy game.
Well, whatever.
Gotta finish up this game.
Everything looks like Candy Crush.
On Snatch Up the Condoms level.
How's it going, everybody? My name is John Cimino, at the JC Money on the Twitter. And, of course, as I keep telling you, shopgear.com. It is your friend. And before we begin, I want to just go ahead and say...
What about your eyesore?
Oh, yeah.
I'm your eyesore.
Sorry. We had a week. We had a week off. I've
rusty as fuck.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and just start. There we go. And joining me here, my eyesore, Mr. Brandon Gorell. Brandon, say hello.
Oh, hello. It's been a surprise to be introduced. I'm totally surprised.
Okay, thanks, Brandon. So before we begin, positive vibes out to our listeners and everybody out there impacted by the hurricane out in Houston. Positive vibes. You know, I don't do the prayer thing. Sorry, guys, but positive vibes. I do plenty of that. So stay safe and
don't loot.
Yeah. So hopefully we can take your mind
don't
off
ruin
of
your
things
city
for a little
more
bit.
Than God already did.
Yeah. Okay. So before we begin, I was actually reminded of this a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
You remember the last year in our one of our playoff podcasts where you made a prediction
last year.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't.
You made a prediction about, I want to say it was actually against your Packers. And then you the next week reversed your prediction or whatever, or no, later on in the podcast reversed your prediction, and we're like, nope, game didn't happen. I'm changing my tune. I'm going to Green Bay.
Yeah. I think it was against Washington.
I'm going to do the exact same thing that you did with my preseason pick in the AFC. Buffalo is not the wild card. I'm sorry, guys.
No, me neither.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Hasn't happened
we
yet.
didn't know they were going to just trade away everybody on the roster.
Typically, people like the Jets,
they do it in the offseason.
They get rid of everybody and go into the offseason.
Yeah,
or come into the preseason with nobody. They're like, yeah, we'll just bring everybody in.
And they're like,
Bills make you want to shout, and then they cut it.
They're like, how many tickets we sell?
Yeah,
we're sold. We're good. All right, start trading everybody.
So I'm going to go back on my word. I'll go back on what I said because it hasn't happened yet by going by Brandon's rules there.
Yep.
So, hasn't happened yet. I am changing my pick. My wild card.
Round rules.
Instead.
Never happened.
Yes, that's right.
Inside joke.
Good old Mr. Gardner. Smoke and Jay and the Dolphins are my wild card team in the East in place of Buffalo. Because, yeah.
Who's mine going to be?
You said either Buffalo or Miami.
Yeah. I don't know, though. Miami kind of looks like shit, too.
Yes, but they're playing in a division that looks like it, so they could quite possibly be the...
Bengals?
Screw Joe Mixon.
I think I would pick the Bengals.
Screw Joe Mixon.
Yeah, Joe Mixon sucks, but he'll tear his ACL in the first week, so we won't have to worry about it.
Let's hope he does.
Both ACLs.
Whatever. And you know what? I don't care if anybody from Cincinnati gets mad about that. Sorry, I don't care. Joe Mixon's a scumbag. You all know this too. If another team drafted him, if the Steelers drafted him, you would be all over him. So
yep.
Whatever. But
yeah, every time someone drafted him in our 2 fantasy drafts, you were like, fuck Joe Mixon.
That's right.
Immediately. And Qua's like, oh, I'm just here to win.
Yeah. Mr. Qua got him in one league, and then I think Noi got him in the other league. So
Those Asians, man.
My Asian powerhouse team there, they
love the mix.
two separate leagues. Yeah, whatever. All right, but anyways, let's start actually non-football talk here. Let's talk local.
Yeah,
The Rochester Red Wings, my man.
Woo!
They had us for a scare. Well, they didn't. Monroe County did. But the Red Wings, and I don't have the specifics on the details. I just know that it's 10 years. They've signed on a 10-year lease to remain at Frontier Field with an option for 10 more.
It's great news.
It is great news. The Red Wings originally were paying Monroe County $1 million a month for use of the facility, and Monroe County wanted to up it to $2 million. So I'm going to guess it's probably $1.5 million now. Make it even, whatever. I'm just happy that they're sticking around. Not so much the every Thursday home game Rochester Plates thing. That's kind of silly. but
you'll take it over no plates.
I will
game.
take it absolutely. I will take it over absolutely nothing there. So good on the Rochester Red Wings and Monroe County to have that. And as of press time right now, the Red Wings are ahead by 2 games.
Yes,
in
sir.
the wild card.
Getting
down to the nitty gritty.
Right?
Magic number would be 2.
Yeah, magic numbers 2. Clinch that wild card.
Yep. So that let's go Wings. But okay, Brandon, here we are at the last week of the preseason.
Oh, thank God! I was just looking at the Packers. They're up 24-10, but like have no starters in the game. Like Brett Hundley and Taysom Hill are throwing the rock all over the yard. It's just, I don't even know why anyone would watch this crap right now.
I have a very difficult.
There's no reason to have it.
Not because I'm a Jets fan and they're going to be nothing short of dog shit this year, but if I have it on, it's in the background, just to take a peek or whatever. But I don't see the purpose for preseason, and this leads me to this: in week 3 of the preseason, this is why I position my drafts always on week 3 or just after week 3, because multiple injuries occurred. Big injuries occurred in week 3 of the preseason. Tyrod Taylor of the Bills, out with a concussion. Cameron Maben of the Bears, out for the season, torn ACL. Julian Edelman, out for the season, torn ACL. Among many, many others that I'm sure I'm forgetting. I know there was a lot of them last week. The starters, as is, are not playing in the majority of the games anyways, and if they are, they're not playing in it for very long, unless you're Tom Brady, for some reason, doing that. We can universally agree that the preseason is too long, but
way too long.
Why, if it is a necessary beast, if they absolutely have to have it, where should it top out at? Like, I'm thinking they should decrease it by 2 games.
Right.
At the very least.
It should be 2 games.
I would think.
You get a game or 2 in, you play, and I think the starters would play a little more too. Like, they might play a half. They might play a quarter in the first game, a half in the second game, then take a couple weeks off, and then get ready for the season. Either
that, or play 2 preseason games, and with the big push on the concussion things and this and the health and benefits and player safety, eliminate 2 preseason games and give 2 buys per team per season.
Yeah.
You won't be missing any of the action. It could still stretch out the entire time. But instead of doing 2 essentially meaningless preseason games, the first one and the fourth one I'm talking about, just have 2 entirely. Extend the schedule to allow for 2 buys per team per year, and I think you'll see a happier NFL as far as the players go, and certainly the fans with the preseason.
Yeah,
because they're getting hosed anyways. They're being charged regular season ticket prices to go to a goddamn preseason game, and nobody cares about.
Right.
So, get rid of that. Do that, NFL. That's my opinion on that. So. From the I can't believe this is still a thing files, Brandon.
Yes.
Fox Sports is now having to defend hiring Michael Vick to the announce team amid animal rights protests. There is a petition with nearly 75,000 signatures calling on Fox to dump Michael Vick before the season begins
because of his 2007 conviction for operating a dogfighting ring. Fox Sports president Eric Shanks, who's got a kind of a funny last name, told USA Today, quote, "Over the last 10 to 11 years, not only has he paid his debt to society, but he has done everything that a person who has made a terrible mistake like that can do. We felt it was the right person for the right
10
time
goddamn
for
years.
us."
Get over it.
He did admit that there was, of course, internal discussion on whether or not they should hire him, but obviously they decided to do that. So why is this still a thing?
It's a thing because it was dogs. If he killed deer, like hunters do, no one would give two shits. But since it's your little doggies, everyone's flipping the hell out, and they never forget. Like, he could have killed humans, and he would have got more of a chance before this happens.
He could have committed domestic violence. He could have done drugs, and he could have done whatever, and they would have been okay with it. I hate to say it because he was proven innocent, but Ray Lewis, he got a gig at ESPN. He got, you know, this, he got this, and everybody loves the guy.
Right, no one's protesting it.
But here...
People still drop comments all over the place about the white suit, but...
Well, yeah, they drop comments.
You know,
they drop comments, and that, you know, goes without saying, because that's the internet doing the internet thing. But, again, 10 years, and you still got animal rights protests. I mean, it's just ridiculous to me, honestly. I love dogs. I own dogs, but they're dogs. They're pets. They're not humans. You know, they run in packs,
Man, it happens.
and they know that it's them, and then it's like you know, the pecking order. They live by the pecking order. We don't
condone it, but at the same time, like, it's not like he got off scot free. The dude
no, he
went to jail. He lost all his money.
He
lost his job. Mm-hmm. You know, he had to come back and earn a job, and he had it for a little bit, but he's nowhere near where he was when, you know, he was the king of the world.
Right, he was the king of the world because
he paid
of his
debt.
He did. He literally paid.
It's not like he just said sorry and just moved on. I mean, he's done everything he's had to do. But they're like, no, we'll never forgive anything.
Do you think that would be the case? Let's just say 10 years from now. Let's knock. Hopefully, he gets a second chance. But Colin Kaepernick, do you think that 10 years from now,
people
would still have people do that?
It. Yeah, absolutely. Because there's things that you just don't do in this country. Mm-hmm. One, you don't disrespect the flag. Mm-hmm. Two, you don't kill dogs. Three, I don't know what the third one is. I think those are really the two things you just can't get away with in this country.
Apparently not.
Without a second chance. Everything else gets a second chance. You do drugs, second chance. You beat your girlfriend, second chance. You rape somebody, second chance. You murder somebody, second chance.
You collude with Russia, you become president.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to go there.
You know,
snowflakes. Shut up.
So, you know, it seems like everything you can do in this country, you get a second chance. Cheat on your girl, and it becomes public, and you make a sex tape, and you get caught red-handed. Still, second chance. Kill a dog? Forget about it. Kneel for the anthem? Oh, get him out of here.
The wasn't me excuse doesn't work for those two things.
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It's just nonsense.
Yeah, it really is.
Get over yourself. Yeah, there's more important things you could be focused on.
Right. Well, the NFL, you know how that is anything and this is I should say, you know how this is, but this is my personal opinion. Anything that would take off of the watchful eye of the concussion stories and things like that. Anything that will take the eye off of the NFL in that aspect, fine with the NFL. They don't give a shit. So, you know, you're gonna get that because that's just the society that we live in today. Is people like to harp on the stupidest things and allow stupidity yet to lead this country.
I don't know. We're never gonna get past these two things, and people will be remembering these things for years and years. And you know, it's stupid. Like, Kaepernick will finally get a job because someone's going to need a quarterback, and someone's like, you know what, we're close to winning. We need to do something. We're without a quarterback right now, but we have a good team still. Let's bring the guy in. They're going to take a bunch of heat. There's going to be a bunch of hillbillies standing outside with tea bags hanging from their hats and, you know, wearing American flag shirts and pants and everything, because that's just as respectful to the flag as, you know, kneeling during an anthem.
We'll have holes in the ass.
A stupid fucking song, by the way.
What, the anthem?
Yeah, it's just a dumb fucking song.
Yeah.
I mean, you watched the Mayweather McGregor fight, and you watch that woman sing that beautiful song in the Irish anthem, and then you've got ours, and you got Demi Lovato shaking like a chihuahua out there, singing a song about bombs, and it's just like, come on, give it a rest. It's so stupid.
I do think the national anthem should be changed.
It used to not even be televised that they even would do the
now
anthem. Who gives a crap? Now it's like, we've got to show it every day,
right?
Because we're more patriotic than every other league. It's like, who gives a rat's ass?
Who's kneeling? That's the news story.
Well, it's even before that. Like, who can have the biggest flag on the field? And let's take video of the Jets flying over every single game. Like, that used to be reserved for the Super Bowl. And now it's like every game, every Sunday, march it out there. We're more patriotic. Look, we're wearing military gear and camouflage. It's not about bullshit. It's about marketing. It's about ad revenue. It's about money.
MLB does that with the military gear too and stuff.
Yes,
like that,
they do. But in a 162 game season, they do it for a day or two. In a 16 game season, they do it for a day. But that's a 16th of their season. Then you add in the breast cancer weeks.
Which are optional this year.
Right, which are optional this year. It's just, again, it's all money-making stuff. And when this military gear goes up, each year it goes up for sale. I don't see it up for sale in the MLB. They don't sell...
No, they auction it off.
No, they auction it off for charity.
Right.
Whereas you can buy your military gear through the NFL shop and everywhere else. They send out the camo hats and the camo jerseys and the camo T-shirts because it's a money-making thing. They'll give a little portion away, whereas MLB is like, we'll auction out these jerseys and all the money goes towards it.
Yeah.
It's all a crock of shit.
It really is.
Kiss my ass.
Well, I don't know. Moving on a lot.
I can podcast about other things, NFL. I don't need you.
And in fact, we might. Who knows? This season, NFL, you're on the clock. This season, you piss us off like you did last year.
Well, that's not based on the Jets, because if it is, we might as well just change the name of this podcast right now to something else. Start talking about something else in advance. Because if
Mayonnaise
the
Talk
Jets,
Weekly?
if the Jets, shut the fuck up. If the Jets can sour you to a point where we're like, you know what, I'm not having fun. We're not doing this next year. I'll be like, listen, don't blame it all on the Jets. NFL wasn't that bad this year. Just take a breath.
Well, you know what it is? You know what it'll be? You'll say that especially if our Super Bowl prediction comes true and the Packers end up beating the New England Patriots.
Oh, that would be glorious.
Which, incidentally...
I still think if those two went head-to-head, I think it'll be the highest-rated Super Bowl ever.
Oh, I don't doubt that. The only thing that would have been higher would have been 2007 if Favre and the Packers would have went that year.
Yeah.
Of course, Favre would have retired after that year,
right?
I imagine, if they would have won.
And
but
Pats probably would have won 19-0.
I don't think so. Maybe. But
maybe.
Yeah, whatever.
It'd have been a good game.
Incidentally, I listened to the last Better Live Than the Dead podcast, and 3 out of the 4 combined have New England and Green Bay at the Super Bowl. Me, you, and Ryan.
Yeah.
Guess who has the Cowboys at the Super Bowl, Brandon? That would be Lewis. Lewis has the Cowboys and the Patriots at the Super Bowl, but here's a shocker. Lewis has the Patriots beating the Cowboys.
That's only because he has to, so he doesn't seem like a total homer.
Well, I mean, you picked the Green Bay Packers to win the Super Bowl the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, but so did a lot of people. And they could have been in 2 of them. They were in 2 championship games.
That's true.
In those 3 seasons. One of them, they blew it on a missed onside kick. The other one, they got beat in overtime where they never touched the ball again on a Hail Mary.
That's true.
And then last year, they lost in the championship game when they were basically came together with popsicles, sticks, and gum.
All right, you got me there.
So it's not like I picked them because they go, oh well,
weren't they the ones
they're projected to go 4-12 this year, but they're going to the Super Bowl, man. They're like a legit good team, and the NFC is kind of weak.
Yeah. Well, the AFC has the same problem.
I think the AFC has now become the NFC. I think there's more competitive teams in the NFC now.
Yes,
the shift is changing again.
It's a shift.
Yeah,
for,
it does it all the time.
20 years it was the NFC growing up when we were growing up as kids, and then in our young adulthood it's been the AFC, and now it's shifting back to the NFC. So I do agree with that. But speaking of the NFC, speaking of your boy Aaron, Aaron Rodgers was asked if the possibility of ending his career with only one championship scares him, and Rodgers answered simply, "Nah."
Yeah.
Then he followed it up by saying that it would be disappointing, and that he'd love to go back at least a few more times, but at some point his career will be over, and he'll move on to other things and be excited about that chapter of his life. And as I was reading that article, really, honestly, is there anybody in the NFL that's cooler than Aaron Rodgers? Like you cannot break this guy.
No.
Like, this guy is he's just a smooth criminal. He'll just go right. It doesn't matter to him. It doesn't faze him. He's the Joe Cool of this era.
Right, he is.
I think.
He's not flappable. You know, he breaks up with Olivia Munn and just goes, eh. Hottest girl in the world. I mean, he's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it all rolled off his back. Like, his brother talks shit about him. People get on the internet and say, oh, he's gay. Just keeps going. Doesn't care. Goes out, throws 40 touchdowns, a few interceptions.
Listen, I know Aaron Rodgers, I know how that feels when you have family members that talk shit about you.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that being said, you know who I'm talking about because you're chuckling. But let's go ahead. Let's cue the wonderful primetime music. And
to go over the preseason scores from last week.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Ready? Preseason scores from last week. Here we go, Brandon. Okay.
All right. Good.
The Buffalo Bills needed some depth at quarterback after Tyrod Taylor and TJ Yates both were concussed in Week 3 of the preseason. Nathan Peterman was is set to play today. He probably already did, considering the time that we're recording. But someone that is currently unemployed that could give them an instant boost was rumored to be signed. And who'd you think that would be? If you guessed Colin Kaepernick, you're wrong. They elected to sign Keith Wenning instead, a guy that has thrown a grand total of 0 NFL career passes. With Tyrod Taylor's status up in the air for Week 1, though, however, Bills fans, it is possible that your 5th-round rookie, Nathan Peterman, could be named the Week 1 starter against the Jets.
If no one passes the concuss test, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they were pretty much doing this just to, like, say, hey, listen, we need somebody to go out there and not get killed for final preseason game.
Pretty much. He'll be caught tomorrow. And speaking of the Jets...
he'll be caught the second one of them passes a concussion protocol.
Maybe. Josh McCown was named the starting quarterback by simply sitting on the bench all preseason and letting Christian Hackenberg justify not being the starter. McCown started tonight's preseason game for some reason and ended 6 of 8 for 56 yards before Brandon being taken out of the game because of a shot to the ribs from Eagles linebacker Joe Walker. It does not appear to be serious, and McCown will likely be on the field at New Era Field against the Buffalo Bills. And speaking of Colin Kaepernick, there have been rumors recently circulating that Jaguars owner Shad Khan would absolutely consider bringing him in if they need a quarterback. Right now, the Jags either have or had, I want to say they had, a quarterback battle between Blake Bortles and Chad Henne. And when probed for more information, Khan said, quote, "I would leave that decision up to my football people." Thank you.
No, that's not a good impression of him.
Is that...
He should be more like the Sheik, because he looks like the Iron Sheik.
No.
He's even got the curly mustache like the Iron Sheik.
So I'm going to let you know, I will leave that decision up to a Mr. My football people. All right. Deshaun Kaiser, Brandon, named the 2017 starter for the Cleveland Browns. I knew it would be. I'm very happy with that. And you know what? Kind of like you threw out there, where you said you should, Jets are going to be bad. Why don't you go root for the Browns?
Right.
You got
your reason now.
Now I have my reason.
Former Golden Domer.
Cheer, cheer for old Notre Dame. Lost my place here. Kaiser beat out Cody Kessler and the $75 million man Brock Osweiler for the spot, and it appears that now, Brandon, much like they were when they got Brock Osweiler, the Browns are planning on shopping him, and the Colts are the only team that
because they got Andrew Luck on the sidelines. They're going to go with Scott Tolzien.
Yeah. So, The Cleveland Browns also made news when they released Joe Hayden. He woke up on Wednesday morning as a member of the rebuilding franchise and ended the day on one of their biggest rivals.
Yeah, he wouldn't take a pay cut.
The 2010 first-round pick was picked up by the Steelers and signed with them for a 3-year, $27 million deal. However, this move does benefit the Browns as well. Reportedly, they owed Brown $4 million guaranteed, but now, because of the signing, that is wiped off of the books, resulting in a net cash savings for the Cleveland Browns of $11 million.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, not bad.
It's not like they're strapped in the cap, but, he's had a dip in his production, so they wanted him to take a pay cut, and he said, hell no, which is his right, and he should do, and he went to a better team.
Right, he did.
For pretty much the same money.
Right. Fox, the Fox Sports Network, Brandon.
Yes.
Fox, your favorite and mine, will now use 6-second ads in their broadcasts this season. In response to the NFL looking to speed up the game, one of the biggest complaints being that there were too many commercials, the NFL and the networks have elected to have split-screen commercials from time to time, with the game going on the left-hand side, the commercials going on the right-hand side. But during those regular breaks, Brandon, you may get an appropriately based 6-second commercial, which will also appear at this year's World Series as well. And the only thing for some reason I think of is that scene in Fight Club where they're watching the movie and they had that little snippet of the adult video. I don't know why that popped in my head as I was reading this. I don't know why that popped in my head.
Absolutely.
But and finally, Brandon, the NFL. Oh, go ahead.
I could see it. Cialis, get a boner. Go to Cialis.com. Commercial over. Need a boner? Get a boner.
There you go.
Cialis. 6 seconds. Done. Which is probably as long as some of those guys are going to last.
Yeah.
Hey-o!
All right. Finally, the NFL, Brandon, wanted 2 teams in Los Angeles, right?
Yes.
Wanted them. Big thing. It was a big move.
They
big
picked
move.
2
They
great
wanted
ones.
Right. Well, some stats are in, and so far, Brandon, not so good. The LA teams combined for a 13-year low in preseason ratings. Last Saturday night's preseason game between the Chargers and the Rams generated a 1.4 rating, which beats the previous low by 0.2%, which was set by a Buccaneers and Jaguars game all the way back on August 18th of 2017.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
And who the hell gives a rat's ass about preseason?
I don't know. Well, clearly not Los Angeles.
You can watch the first one. Great.
I get the
football's back.
That's what I get watching the first one for. But yes,
Wake me up when it's time for football.
Apparently, LA doesn't give a shit. So, all right. And with that, we will take a commercial break, and we will be right
I have
back.
Something to share with you. You're going to laugh your ass off.
What's that?
I said it's good because I have something to share with you. That you're going to laugh your ass off.
All right. Well, I'm going to laugh my ass off. You're going to listen to these commercial breaks. Stick around.
Hey, Don, how's it going?
Living the dream. I'm actually just getting ready to do this commercial.
Oh, you mean the commercial where I tell our listeners to tune into GERE Network every week to listen to our show, Get Ready America? That one?
Yeah, John, that's the one.
They can also listen to us talk about news, sports, whatever's on our minds, that.
And a little what's on our listeners' minds, but they're just too nice to say it.
Well, that, Dawn, is a real humdinger. Come join us this and every week for Get Ready America exclusively on the GERE Radio Network.
And the GERE Network app.
The Get Ready America podcast, returning soon to the GERE Radio Network. IndyCard Media is your one-stop shop for quality designs at a quality price. They offer merchandising, company branding, event posters, custom clothing designs, and so much more. Check out their gallery of past designs by visiting facebook.com/IndyCard Media and tell them what you think. That's IndyCard Media, 337-446-4331 or IndyCardMafia@gmail.com. Tell them that we sent you. Again, 337-446-4331. IndyCard Media. Bring your designs to life.
Hey, welcome back to the Football Talk Weekly Podcast, everybody. Brandon has picked the song this week. It is a wonderful song. You can get it on iTunes or Apple. Apple is iTunes. Ha ha! Queens of the Stone Age, the way you used to do. Here we
Not
go.
Good.
Whatever. I
failed.
I got flustered. You know why? Because I was so happy with that Bills score that you read me.
That's it. You're right.
Was it that was winning? The reason they're winning?
Yeah, 27-17.
Jesus Christ,
They won.
all right. Oh, the Jets won their preseason. Oh man, it's going to be an epic week.
And the
one
Browns
flash.
are up 19-0.
Browns are up
It's like
19-0.
Bizarro World.
What the hell's going on here? It must
the
be
last week of the preseason.
It must be week 4 of the preseason.
Totally is.
All right. Welcome back to the
they all
Football Talk
stumble in
Weekly
week 1.
podcast, everybody. And as I attempted to talk up there, the way you used to do by Queens of the Stone Age, you can get it on Amazon at shopgear.com. The entire album, I would recommend it. You can also, if you're an Apple Music subscriber like I am, and Brandon is, you can hear it there too. It's this must have been the part you were talking about later on.
It's a great song. It's a great album.
You have to listen to this on the ride home.
It's a very danceable album, as they say.
Yeah, pretty good. I like Queens of the Stone Age too.
Yeah, they're a great band.
It's pretty dope.
It's pretty dope. He was Josh Homme, the lead singer. Was on 2 tracks and helped produce another one on Arctic Monkeys' last album, Am. Yeah, he's pretty Mr. Fantastic lately.
Nice. With as many songs as I have put together for our coming back,
Yeah.
I could probably release a soundtrack podcast with just
We'd be like Rob Radio.
I guess, yeah. Although I don't know, it would be just like I would more just.
He
probably
plays like old records, so
yeah. I've never actually listened to that.
I listened to one. It's pretty good.
Is it?
It's cool if you're
I'm a vintage
music
junkie, so I do like Elvis and stuff like that. So
Yeah, but he plays a lot of very obscure stuff that you're very lucky to have ever heard of before in your life, or unlucky,
All right.
depending on.
Well, I know what the number
Point of view.
one. I know what the number 1 song would be that we'd have in our soundtrack. There we go. I don't know why it's taking.
Yeah,
Good old Tongo.
Tongo.
No. You know what? That can't be number 1. I got to dig for the Jason Avant song.
The Jason Avant song,
That would need to be on our particular soundtrack.
or Seattle Seahawks Suck. It's like also a good one.
that was
Seattle Seahawks Suck.
That was probably one of my all-time favorites there. Oh, wait a second. There it is.
My last draft pick in the
WNYFL.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, Julian Edelman tore his ACL. Better get rid of that joke pick and pick somebody else.
Oh,
Grab Cole Beasley off of free agents.
Jason Avant song. I forgot how funny this song was.
Want to catch a lot of balls, man.
We had to, we in our first season, we would follow Jason Avant, and it kind of caught on. And as I like him a lot. Oh, he breaks it down too. All right, here.
What is happening right now?
I don't
by the
know
way?
what. Well, I don't have.
I'm glad you have the uncensored version.
Well, we became an uncensored.
Yeah, because you had the
podcast.
censored one when we first played it.
I did.
It was
I
pretty
think
hilarious.
I think I still do.
Big cocks. I don't think so. Maybe little cocks. Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. Well, this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when it's week 4 of the preseason.
Yeah.
You hammer out all the things in the beginning that really stuck out to you, and
Fucking playoffs. They're not even gonna make the playoffs. No fucking way. They're a big fluke and they're going away today. The Seattle Seahawks suck your fucking. No,
oh, good memories. And I didn't realize I had them on here, but because I switched to the PC since then, obviously. But all right, great. Well, I mean, this has obviously been the bullshit portion of the podcast. We will be back into a weekly format. Where are we? Week 1 of the preseason starts a week from tonight from recording. So as of recording, so probably won't do a podcast next week. Because nothing's going on between now and then, really.
Are we going to make our picks for week 1?
Do we?
Well, we don't have any picks. Want to go through them now?
Oh. Yeah.
I was going to say, how are we going to pick week 1? We're just going to show up after week 1. Hey, week 1, everyone.
No, didn't you already do your picks? On the GERE Network Pick Em?
No.
No?
No, probably not.
Oh. All right.
A bit lackadaisical on that.
Yeah, well, me too.
I usually pick them the night before.
I know I did the first week, so I'm going to bring it up right now because that's what we do. And in the meantime, while I look for all of that,
Seattle fucking Seahawks.
There you go.
Seattle Seahawks.
So this is for which one is this one?
What do you mean? It's the GERE Network Pick 'em that we do on ESPN.
Yeah.
The Entertainment
I'm in multiple
Sports
leagues,
Programming
that's why.
Network. Yeah, tis the season. You have a lot of leagues here. You know, one thing I will miss is I'm loading up all of this right now. I will absolutely miss trolling people on mock drafts.
Mock draft. Jay Reinhold.
All right, week 1.
I got it up here.
I do have it up as well.
All right.
Now,
Let's just go down the list. Who you got?
Go down the list. All right, we're gonna go Thursday, September the 7th is the first one, the kickoff. Kansas City at New England. I have New England.
I have New
you do
England
as well. All right,
Sorry, Chiefs.
Go right down the line. Falcons. Bear. I think what we did was
Falcons?
we picked the big games to see who you got or whatever, and then I
don't
think
we picked anything.
We went over the previous week's results. So we would go over week 2 on week 1 or whatever we differed from.
But I think we should just go through the whole thing this week.
Just go through the
first
whole thing.
week pickoffs, and then we'll go for the big games and our teams.
Or whatever we disagree on, because you would
week
send me
after.
the screenshots.
Yeah.
Of what we so I would see yours, and then we would talk about that.
Well, let's just do
so
that.
Kansas City, New England, we have New England. Dirty
You've already
Bird-
picked, right?
What's that?
You've already picked?
I've already picked.
All right, then I'll say my pick first.
Okay.
This way it doesn't look like I'm copying it.
Okay, very good. Dirty Birds, Bears, who you got?
Falcons.
Got them too. Jets, Bills, who you got?
Bulls.
Okay, I picked the Bills when they were good, and then they dropped everybody. But I still have the Bills because the Jets are just
Yeah, they're just not that bad.
whatever. They are just they're terrible. Bengals, Ravens.
Bengals.
I have Ravens.
Oh.
I don't like Joe Mixon. Fuck this. Fuck
Oh, you're
Cincinnati.
going to just throw away picks like that?
Yep,
All right.
pretty much. At least for them until they play the Jets, then
All right.
they'll beat the Jets because Joe Mixon will slap them. Pittsburgh, Cleveland.
I had Steelers. I'd love to see the Browns pull an upset.
How funny would that be? How
would.
great would that be? Deshaun Kaiser, first start of the NFL season, takes the Cleveland Browns that almost ran the table backwards, beats the Steelers, who
Goes
have
1-0. Be on a 2-game win streak.
Yeah, there you go. Arizona, Detroit.
I got Arizona.
I do as well. Although Detroit, I can't believe I forgot
Got
to
Matthew
mention this.
Stafford.
Matthew
richest
Stafford,
quarterback. Richest player in the league.
richest player in the league.
Yep.
Won as many playoff games as Ryan Fitzpatrick. The Oakland Raiders, Tennessee Titans.
I got the Raiders.
I've got the Raiders too, but I think this is going to be a good.
That's
game.
going to be a good game. Titans are going to be
real
really
good
good
game.
this year.
They are a pretty solid squad. I could go either way, but I've got the Raiders because my man Marshawn Lynch.
Yep.
Pulling for him. Tampa Bay, Smokin' Jay. Who you got?
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. The Philadelphia Eagles, Washington Redskins. That's a tough
that one's
one.
a tough one. I'm going to go with Redskins at home.
Okay, I have the Redskins as well. Jacksonville and Houston. Now, this is interesting because of what's been going on.
Yeah.
The NFL may opt to flip-flop Jacksonville and Houston's games, so this may be in Jacksonville. This may not be. But either way, who you got?
Houston.
Houston.
I don't care if they played on the fucking moon. Jaguars are going to be terrible.
The Andrew Luck-less Colts
Yeah.
against the Los Angeles Rams.
Rams.
You have to pick one.
Rams.
You picked the
Closed
Rams?
my eyes and poked.
Jesus Christ, I picked them too. All right, Green Bay, Seattle.
Packers.
I'm sorry, Brandon. Green Bay, Seattle.
Packers.
You lost a bunch of games. Seattle Seahawks.
And it starts week 1. You're losing to the Packers. Carolina, San Francisco. I think we both have Carolina there.
Carolina.
New York and Dallas.
York.
Sunday Night Football. You have New York as well?
Yep.
Okay, so
Dallas couldn't beat them last year with Ezekiel Elliott. They're not going to beat them this year without him.
okay, New Orleans, Minnesota.
I'm going to go New Orleans.
Okay,
I think AP is going to run all over their defense.
I picked New Orleans as well.
Well, all right.
And then in the second
Broncos.
the second game, the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos.
Broncos.
You've got the Broncos. You're not like USA Today and picking the Chargers to go all the way to the AFC Championship?
No.
Okay. I have the Broncos as well, so we disagreed on one game,
All right.
which was Baltimore-Cincinnati.
Yep, just because you said fuck Joe Mixon.
Exactly. So that will be week 1's pick'ems, and of course next week starts week 1. So we will be back after week 1 is over, and yeah, that's that. So Brandon, Notre Dame starts this week,
Saturday.
I am pumped about that. I would say who you got, but you got a wedding to go to, so you're probably not really paying much attention.
I still got Notre Dame.
All right, attaboy.
I'll still be rooting for them. I'll be checking my phone from time to time. The wedding's on Sunday, but I'll be driving at the time the game's going on.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have to drive to Nundai.
In where?
Nundai.
Nundai.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a ways out.
you said I thought you said Mumbai. I'm like, what? Going to India now? What's
Going to
on here?
Mumbai for a wedding. I'm driving across
There you go.
all the water.
There you go. All the
get to
water
Mumbai.
and the land. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Mercifully. We are done, and thankfully so is preseason football. So
Oh, I know.
when we come back in 2 weeks, we will have week 1's results. We will have football in the swing of things, and we will have a significantly large portion of things to talk about.
Yeah.
With that. So
Instead of just fucking gibberish like we've been doing.
well, you know what? It is what it is.
You
It's
gotta
fun.
do it sometimes.
It's fun. I enjoy it. So, all right, that's going to do it. Teesprings.com. We've got GERE Network shirts on there. Visit GearNetwork.com and actually click on support the shows and Gear Shop. You go there. You'll see a bunch of shirts. I am wearing my Get Ready America one right now. It is Dizope.
I'm wearing a North Face t-shirt.
We don't sell that, but
Dick's does, though. So does Amazon.
yes. Shopgear.com.
Quick
Go ahead.
save.
Go ahead and get it. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, they bought the domain Dix.com.
Yeah.
You know what it wasn't before? It wasn't
sporting goods.
It wasn't a sporting goods
There's
site.
always been Dick's Sporting Goods.
All right, Brandon, good day to you, sir.
And good day to you as well.
So long, everybody. Good night now. It's a sporting goods site now.
Remember to see more National Football League action next week.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the GERE Network.